Why rent when you can buy?
Why buy when you can rent?
Why buy when you can rent? So today that's what we're talking about. We're talking about renting, like the ins and outs of it. I feel like it's a crazy world out there. We should give them some advice when renting an RV. Is it even a good idea?
Well, I don't know. Let's talk about it. There's pros and cons. I am absolutely sure.
Welcome to RV Small Talk Podcast, where we talk about trailers, truck campers, people, places, and things that go along with them. Oh my gosh, it's our old intro. It just came out.
Wow.
We're your hosts. Don't sound too excited. We're your hosts from Princess Craft RV. I'm Lindsay, and I remembered my lines.
And I'm PJ, and she remembered her lines.
I did somehow. It's been a while.
Yeah, and we kind of quit using that intro.
I know.
And because we thought we could do something more interesting and more casual. And we pretty much have sucked at it. So,
Well,
I don't know.
it is, I think, like having like a certain thing that you say every time, and then you get used to saying it. And then when you try to force yourself to say kind of the same thing, but different words, my brain just like defaulted to like.
Wow. Well, we might have that same problem because we're so used to talking about selling RVs and having RVs and RV places to go. And today we're going to talk about renting RVs, which is kind of a little outside what we normally do. Do you think we know enough?
I don't. But I have this handy dandy paper here. I'm going to learn.
All right. Well,
we did a little bit of rentals, and we're
did.
about to start renting again.
That's right.
I am real excited about that.
Which is not why we're doing this podcast.
No.
It is because it has come up so much at the dealership lately with people trying to determine which unit they want and maybe they should rent something.
I thought we were doing this podcast because I don't know very much about renting. So this is my training. That's how I'm treating it anyway.
Oh, that makes me the teacher. I'm a
What do
little
you-
terrified here.
That's what these podcasts are for, right? Training me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's
good.
why we started them. I don't know.
Good.
I don't know why we keep doing them, Lindsay. So let's start with what's good about renting. Okay.
There's a lot.
Okay. Like what? What's the first thing that comes to mind?
I mean, the obvious reason to rent is so that you can try before you buy, right?
Right.
In the world of RVs, there's just a million different things to think about. Renting is a good way to start without, both feet in.
Without committing.
Right. So you talk about like different RV styles, right? How many people do we get come in and say like, I want an RV, but I'm not sure if I want a bumper pull or a teardrop or a fifth wheel or a Class C. I mean, there's a million different kinds. You get to try different styles of camping because I feel like each person does like have one that they fit with the most.
Right, right. And then there's those people who think they know what they want. And once they come in and look around, they're like, oh, or I think I really want this big one because it's got extra sleeping for everybody. And it's got, a big kitchen that I love. And yeah, I'm like, are you really going to be cooking Thanksgiving at the campsite?
Yes, sometimes it's just that one thing, right? Like, I love this camper. It's perfect. I think this is the one I want, but I don't know if my dog and I are both going to fit in that bed, right? Like, renting is a great way to figure out that one piece,
Right. That's
is
true.
Is that one piece of it doable? Because this is what I want, but I'm worried.
So you get to try it before you buy it to see if that one thing fits or if maybe there's something you overlooked, like, a travel trailer versus a motorhome. That's two different types of travel.
Completely different types of camping that require different amounts of, I don't know, everything,
Yeah, it's just different experiences. So if you decide, hey, man, I don't want to tow anything, I want a motorhome. But then you've got to have the big bathroom and you've got to have the walk-around bed and you maybe need a little bit of a slide out. So I don't know, you've all of a sudden got a 25 to 30 foot motorhome
Right.
because you didn't want to tow anything. I mean, does that make sense?
Yeah, renting narrows it all down. You can also narrow down brands.
Right.
I feel
right.
like
right.
we
Right.
do get people who come in, never had a trailer before, never camped, but they keep hearing about the brand, right?
Right. I just love the grand
Right.
design. My brother-in-law had one.
They get married
It's
to this
just
idea. They've
awesome.
done all their research.
Yep.
Renting is a great way to see, is this brand online hype? Is this brand fit with how I want to camp? Does this brand have what I need it to have in the camper?
Especially if you're new, then you think that brand is what you want, but maybe you haven't camped enough to know what you'd like to have. Like maybe you do love that open kitchen and not the little walkthrough. Maybe
Once you have to deal with it, yeah.
yeah, maybe you thought you wanted bunks for your grandkids. Turns out the dog loves the bunk, stays out of your way. It's perfect.
Right.
Or you never did anything with that bunk, so, that didn't make any sense.
Good thing you rented it before.
So if you rent it, you kind of get to explore different layouts.
Renting lets you learn what you like without committing to it yet. It's like
That's right.
It's like trying on a pair of pants. You got to
Yep.
try on the pants before you buy them, right?
Are you supposed to every time?
I can't buy pants without trying them on. I could buy shirts. I could buy dresses. You can't buy pants without trying them on. They're pants. They go here. They have different fittings. You got to try on the pants, guys.
So renting an RV is like buying a pair of pants. We got it.
Jeans specifically.
Okay. All right. You can't buy a pair of jeans without trying them on. That is for damn sure.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. Okay.
So you've made the decision to rent. Great decision. You're gonna figure out a lot of things. But I feel like the beginning part of renting, especially for people who have not owned a trailer before or operated a trailer, it's a bit overwhelming because it feels like owning. It feels like the responsibility of owning without it being yours. I feel like that can be intimidating, all the things you have to learn.
Yeah, there's a learning curve for sure. And the learning curve on a used one always changes. So,
To always think about, so what are we going to rent? You want the big one. You want to bring all the things. You want to bring all the people. You want to bring all the pets. Do you want to drive it? Do you want to park it? Do you want to back it up? Do you want to set it up? Think about those things when you're renting. Personally, I always go for smaller, especially if you're renting and trying things out.
I know a lot of people who start with a real small one because they haven't towed, they're worried about towing, and then they come back and they're like, oh, yeah, it was too small, and yeah, towing was nothing. I got this. This is not a problem anymore.
So they get over the fear of towing and realize
they
they
totally
need more
move
room.
past it. So,
I'm such a minimalist. I'm just like, take the smallest one you think is possible for you to camp in. And I don't know, you might be surprised and be like, oh, yeah, I actually don't need more room than this. And it was easy to tow.
goes both ways. You get to see what works.
Think about, you got to think about those things. And then when you're renting, they'll give you a walkthrough, which is just a lot of information.
A ton of
Really
information.
fast. Especially if your dealership or your rental place doesn't, spend a ton of time explaining things to you. I feel like the walkthrough is the most important part about renting. They're teaching you how to work your trailer. So that is something that if you're doing a walkthrough, you need to pay attention.
So is that I mean, if we're talking pros and cons of renting, then the pro is you get to pick the layout that makes sense for you, right?
Mm-hmm. Right
you
off
get to
the bat,
try different things. You get to see smaller is better. Do you want to tow? Do you want to drive? But the con side of it is that there is a different walkthrough on every trailer you rent. And you're going to have to learn how that guy works.
Yeah, even if you have had a camper before or, oh, this is my third time renting, campers are all different, right? Those water heaters are not the same. Those ACs do not turn on and off the same. Even things like the jacks. So I feel like the walkthrough is really important because if you set yourself up, like absorbing this information, recording it, writing it down, doing whatever you have to do, that's going to translate to a better rental experience, right? Like a better trip because you know how to do things.
That's true. But when you're going on vacation, I mean, you're thinking, let's go on vacation. This will be fun. And then some people would be all stressed just trying to learn how it works.
I mean, that's...
And they're all stressed that I'm going to get there.
Yeah.
What if I forget that? Oh, what if I can't get the hot water on? I mean, there's a lot of anxiety for some people.
You do, because all the campers are different, unfortunately. Even if it's not your first time renting, the water heaters are different. The ACs, you turn it on and off differently. Do you remember when I went camping and I didn't know how to turn on the furnace because it was a different furnace than I was used to?
Yes, I do remember. And you froze all night long.
And I froze all night long because I didn't know how to turn on the furnace because I didn't pay attention when someone told me. So I see people pull out their phones and record their walkthrough, which I think is a wonderful idea because I think with renting it is really important to remember, like, just keep it as simple as you can. Not just what kind of RV you have, but your meals, right?
Yeah.
Where you go, how long you stay. Just start slow because you do have to factor in that you have to know how to do all these things or be able to remember how to do all those things whenever it's really hot and you can't sleep.
Or be a super seasoned RVer. And then maybe you will have a better chance at figuring it out.
Do you feel like renters are more gonna be super seasoned RVers or newbies? I would think the majority of RV renters would be newbies.
Yeah, but I don't know. When we rented, we got seasoned people too, but we didn't rent anything super complicated. I mean, who rents these giant motorhomes? Do they come with a little booklet where you can look up how things operate? Because they should.
Well,
There's
it's
so many
2026. We have
systems.
YouTube.
Yeah, but
Or
or
if they have a problem, they'll just call you at 11 p.m., right? Because they can't figure out
people
how to...
do. I mean, there ought to be a number to call if you
options.
have a question. So maybe the best advice we can give is be sure you set up your campsite during business hours.
Yeah.
Turn on the heater before 5 o'clock.
No, that's why we're telling people to pay attention to the walkthrough. Like, please.
I say set up your camper during business hours. that is my best advice.
Future you is begging you to pay attention during this walkthrough because you want to know how to do stuff.
Okay, so you now know how to do stuff, right? And you know how to do the basics because you listened during the walkthrough, right?
You listened so well.
So the downside is it can be pretty overwhelming. But the upside is, again, you get to learn things. Once you get it down, your next rental might be similar.
It gets easier in that, if you start simple,
easier.
it'll get easier. Let's talk about like expectation versus reality.
Okay.
Like what might surprise you, Oh, I'm just going to take off and I'm going to go and I'm going to plug this into the power thing at my campsite and done. Folding chair and, expectation.
And I think that's what a lot of renters think. It's that easy. Heck, that's what a lot of new buyers think. It's so easy, It
can be easy but you got to learn first.
The first setup on a rental is always tricky.
It feels different. It feels like you're driving someone else's car, right?
Yeah, and you're trying to learn where everything is. Even if you're seasoned, you're trying to get all the details down, get it all set up, right?
And it feels weird because it's not yours. Do you...
Yep.
Like you're house sitting and you're sleeping in somebody else's house and you're like, It's weird at first,
That
but
but Lindsay, that's the downside of all the rentals.
yeah,
Is that it's going to feel
it
like
ain't
somebody
yours.
else's house. Yeah, that's right.
You can't
Because it is someone else's
you
house.
can't put a bumper sticker on it. It ain't yours.
Well, I guess you can put a bumper sticker on it, but you know.
Yeah, take time the first day setting up. Like figure out your flow. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
There's no hurry. You're camping. Do it slow. If you don't get that sewer hose in the right way, buddy.
That's awful.
Just
Then
take your time, man.
because you have all the idea of like the movies, like the movie RV with Robin Williams, they have all the problems that happen in their motorhome that they rent. And they're all user error, right?
They didn't pay attention during their walkthrough.
But it was so fun. I'm not even sure they had a walk.
They didn't pay attention.
Robin Williams pay attention through a whole walkthrough? That ain't happening. I can tell you for sure. So, and it makes for great movie stuff. But all of that is just pay attention and you can get it done.
Pay attention.
It is a little easy. So after the walkthrough, right? Mm-hmm. After the walkthrough, you got to pay attention because figuring it out later is not fun. So you've got that down. You're trying to get set up at the campsite. I think about when I rent something, it's like I don't know where anything is and I don't know where my stuff goes. I think that's a downside of renting. It doesn't feel like it would if you bought a camper because you don't set it up with your stuff. You don't put the hooks where you need them. Your kitchen stuff, maybe it fits, maybe it doesn't. Just pile it in here. You don't set it up like you would a new house or a new RV.
That is a downside, but I think it also is your way of figuring out where you want that coat hook to go or where you want the spatulas and pots and pans to go. What makes sense?
Or maybe if you need those pots and pans and spatulas.
Right? You don't need them.
Who doesn't overpack?
Me?
You? Well, you don't even bring your toothbrush half the time.
I don't even know what packing is. Just like my body is there. So that's all I need.
Yeah. And my camper started out being overpacked. That's what I did.
But you can.
But I got better.
You can try things out.
Yes.
Like you can try out decorating or organization in a rental before you do it permanently in your own. Like you ever get like stickers and you can't believe
what?
No, you haven't. You would never.
I don't.
But okay, like sometimes you get a sticker.
There are people. We don't know who they are, but there are
me.
people.
I'm right here. You get a sticker and you want to put it somewhere, but you don't want to put it somewhere because then it's permanent. So then you just hold on to your sticker. So renting, you can.
Oh, sticker up the rental?
No, you can plan your stickers. So when you get not stickers, but anything you want to do to it, it's a try on,
Okay.
Jeans,
okay,
stickers.
sort of.
My analogies are they're going
really out there.
A little weird today. I don't know. Some things you can do to make your rental more enjoyable for yourself.
Okay.
Practice driving. Practice driving before you go. Empty school parking lots are the best, but if you haven't towed before,
okay,
hook it up and go and just do some donuts, some figure eights. I don't know. See if you can break a record. I'm just kidding.
See if you can do a little
Don't
drifting.
do any of that. But practice, and then if it doesn't feel like it feels better when you're actually going on your trip. Pack less than you think. That's easy for me. How about you? Pack less. Pack less.
I try to, even when I travel, and I travel a lot, and I always try to take less. But every time I do that, and I say, I'm only going to be there 2 days, so I'll take 3 shirts, 3 pairs of pants, so I got 1 spare. I'm good.
And that's all I need.
I know, but I never have exactly what I want.
You forgot the lamp.
Yeah, well, that's all I need.
And that's all I need. The meals are the other thing that I just don't feel like need overcomplicating if you're renting, especially. Just leave that part Unless, I don't know, unless
But then what about that outdoor kitchen?
you're Julia
How are you going to
Child.
know if you want to use an outdoor kitchen?
You can do simple things on a kitchen. You can still cook. You don't have to
we can?
Easy Mac. Yeah.
I can, thank
You don't
you.
have to do the Lindsay Easy Mac trick.
I'm getting permission to cook.
But grilled cheese, well, I mean, use your kitchen. Just don't try to make a 3-course dinner in a rental when you're learning how to use the RV.
Okay.
That is
Unless you think this might be it
that is a
and
tip.
you want
That is a tip that I have.
to make a 3-course dinner. And then invite me over and we'll be good.
I feel like every single podcast we do get to a point where like it's just like actually do whatever you want. You should do this and this and this, and then we just eventually are like, but only if you want to.
And then be yourself.
But like, just
right?
whatever you want, it's fine. Plan extra time for your setup. It's new, right? It's new. You're gonna,
Yes.
give yourself some time.
I think that's a really good advice for anybody camping, but super good advice if you're renting because you haven't done it before or you've only done it once or twice. Yeah, just don't be in a rush to make a deadline to go to that first tour or to get in the lake so that you can ski. Just give yourself some time.
It's true.
Yep.
Let's recap the pros and cons here of renting. I feel like there's a ton of pros. You get to try different RVs,
Yep.
right?
And you get to have different experiences.
You get to have different experiences because you
traveling
don't have to just rent once and done.
Yeah, I can't tell you.
That's not a rule.
The people that say, yeah, I thought I wanted a van. I was going to be a cool van camper. Yep. Tried that. Bought that $150,000 Sprinter van.
Turns out you're not cool enough.
It is way too small for me. Just couldn't do it. And I'm like, holy moly, you should have rented one.
You can rent over and over and over again, do different sizes, different types of trips.
Yeah.
Rent and go off grid.
Kind of an adventure.
See if that's what you want to do. Yeah, turn renting into a full-time job if you want to.
You know, maybe you rent and never buy. Maybe you just have a different adventure every month.
Okay. All right. Do you think people do that? That's actually genius.
I don't
Is that
know.
genius?
Do you guys do that? Does somebody do that? So we're talking about the pros, all right? I'm going
Yes.
to talk about the cons in just a minute.
You're building confidence in each trip too when you take out especially different RVs or the
Right.
same one, right? Like,
Right.
I want a new camp tag, right? I'm going to rent it. I'm going to go out. It's a little dicey at first. Not sure what I'm doing. Second time, take it out. It feels better, right? I get to do more of the camping enjoyment part. Third time, I'm an expert. I know where everything's going to go. I have my color picked out. And you are an expert at camping in your camper before you've even bought it.
Got your camper. And you learn what you like and don't like.
Look at you.
So when you buy it, you are confident that that's what you want.
Now buy it and show up to the rally.
So that is super cool. So
the cons, I mean, honestly, the cons of renting, I feel, it's just tricky at first.
It's tricky. You have to learn how to do it. The second thing is you are renting it. You're not owning it. So you always keep paying. You never quit paying if you're renting.
PJ, they're going to have to bleep that out. You had your middle finger up.
Who knows what I did? Okay, so you always keep paying if you're renting, right? So you never own it. So for some people, that's kind of anxiety.
You can't put a sticker on it.
And you can't put a sticker on it. You can't decorate it. And oh my gosh, if you walk into a rental and it smells weird, find another one. Because that's the thing. This is someone else's stuff.
Right.
And they're probably, if it's a rental, it's had
It's not brand
many
new.
different people in there.
It's not brand new.
It's not brand new.
That
It
is a
not
con.
sparkling clean. You know, it's just, well. So that's something I don't like about rentals is that it can have a little bit of funk to it.
But
right?
yeah, we talk about the pros and the cons. I think the real takeaway here is it's not, renting is never going to be like your perfect ideal trip.
Yes.
But it is the perfect way of experiencing the lifestyle, getting out there, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, and making an informed purchase. I
It
mean,
also takes more effort, though. I mean, because I rent a trailer, I'm going to have to bring it home. I'm going to have to put all my clothes in it. I'm going to have to put all my dishes in it. I'm going to have to put the food in it. I have to make sure the bedding is in it. I make my bed. You know, I keep my camper ready to go. So I don't have to do any of that.
packing and unpacking is
So
something you
there's-
got to do with a rental, yeah.
And then you got to clean it before you take it back.
You're making it sound awful.
Well, I'm just thinking,
You have to clean it.
hopefully you clean it if it's yours or not, I guess.
I still think
I just-
renting is the way to go. I think it's totally worth it.
There's one more thing we
I'll
haven't
help you
mentioned.
clean. Oh, what?
You don't have to maintain it.
You don't have to maintain it. What a. Let me just put that load off my shoulders. Oh, that was heavy. You don't have
sorry.
to maintain it.
You don't have to check the seals. You don't have to worry if the water heater quits working. Yeah, that's someone else's problem. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't have to worry about any of that. It just shows up and it's ready to go. It's kind of like Airbnb or something. It is a vacation home that you don't have to make payments on or pay the taxes on or clean it or maintain it or mow the yard. You just show up and enjoy and leave. So that is what renting an RV can be like.
It's true.
Yep.
Like trying on a pair of jeans.
So I have never camped in a bee van.
Are you going to rent one?
Since I was a kid. So will you rent a bee van with me and so we can go camping?
We will make each other crazy in a bee van. Let's do it.
I know, I'm all in. Ready to go. All right,
We'll
guys.
podcast while we're doing it. You guys will absolutely hate it.
Well, we'll hate each other by the end of it. You got to love each other to really survive in a bee van.
It's true.
All right. Well, maybe we convinced people to rent. Maybe we didn't.
No, you
But,
should definitely rent. If
definitely
we didn't
rent.
convince you, rewind it and listen to the podcast again. And then tell us about your rental experience. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.